Welcome to my returning viewers and welcome to my new viewers also. Today, I'm just going to be talking about investment and farming generally. So, last week when I dropped a video, um, there was a comment about what if someone needs to invest in farming? Does the person have to start small also? Well, small when it comes to investments or finances generally is subjective. It depends on what you have and what others do have. But there is always one rule in farming, sorry, not farming, yeah? There's always one rule when it comes to investments. And from what I've learned over the years, when it comes to managing money and investing your money, you have to invest or risk what you can afford to lose. You know, there is an amount you can't lose, you can't afford, you can't take it emotionally, you can't take it psychologically, you can't take it mentally. If you lose it, then don't invest it. You should only invest what you can afford to lose. You know, as a forex trader, that's something I've learned, and even my friends say, and even my friends who are in the financial aspect, like management science, accounting, and so economics, they always say something. When you're calculating, when you're making calculations based on a business, you calculate your loss and not your estimated profits. That is what you calculate. So when it comes to farming, what are the basic things you need to care for? What are the basic things you need to watch out for when you want to invest in farming? Well, first thing you need to watch out for, or first thing you need to do, is know what you can afford to risk. Know what you can afford to risk in that. And then, who are you investing with? Who are you investing with? How experienced is the person that you are investing with? Did the person just start a business? Oh, what has the person done? You would want to look at the person's data to say, okay, yes, I can give you this money to use for your business and give me my returns. You want to check how experienced this person is. You want to check the person's data. You want to check how the person has been managing money how the person has been managing money for the business in the past. You understand? You want to check the person's books. Okay, how have you been doing this? What are you spending money on exactly? You get, is your personal money different from your business money, or are you using the same account for both your own personal money, and are you using same account for also your business money? Yeah, and you also want to make your own investigation. You want to do your finance. What the person is telling you, is it feasible financially? Is it marketable? You understand? You also want to make your investigation with other farm managers to ask and look, okay, someone said this and I'm willing to invest this in the person's business. What do you think from your hand? Do you understand? You want to investigate, you want to make your own consultations privately with other farm managers. You want to know how it's going. You also want to look at the location of the person's farm. You understand? You want to look at the location of the person's farm and the markets the person is willing to sell to. What the person is farming, is it marketable? In what location are you farming this? Do they actually need this in that location? Okay, where is your target market? What is the logistics of moving your products from your farm to the market? These are things you want to know, so you can say, okay, yes, my money is in savings. But if you don't investigate all these things, I mean, it would be on a chance of maybe 20% to 80% of you getting returns of your money. You understand? So you really want to know how marketable is this product. You want to know. But there are other sectors one can invest in, apart from investing with the farmer directly. And you know, one of the sectors is about real estate. And I really want to thank real estate companies, real estate investors on what they are doing. Basically turning every land into an housing estate. I know very soon with time, people they are selling lands to would probably have to start removing blocks, cement, and sand to eat from, as they are acquiring every land, including farmland, to build houses on. You need to have farms. If there are no farms, there's nothing you can eat. You know, when you look at agriculture, yeah, it's better than every other sector because you don't select, I want to eat or I don't want to eat. Everybody by choice or without choice, wants to eat every day, at least twice in a day. Whether you are doing 101 or you're doing 001 or you're doing 110 or 111, you still want to eat. There is that hunger, there is that feeling to eat something. So agriculture is very important. In fact, this is what most countries are thriving on for their GDP, their economy, their exports. They thrive on agriculture. So I would say for investors here, try and acquire farmlands. Acquire those farmlands to give out as rental, lease it to farmers who want to farm. You understand? You can, if you have access to 3 acres of land, 30 hectares of land, 3 hectares of land, even half an acre of land, you would be surprised there are people willing to lease that land to farm on it. You understand? So this is a way of investing where you are not at risk of, is this product going to sell or not. What you know is, okay, I'm leasing this land to you for this amount. Every year you're giving me 500k per year for the amount of years you're going to be using my land to farm. You can invest in the real estate of farming. Another thing you can invest in is mechanization. Lots of farmers in Nigeria don't have the funds for machines to use on the farmland. You know, there are machines you can invest in, you can buy them. Farmers would come to rent for you, you know, just like tractors operate. What, just like tippers operate, you know, they rent them from you, they rent them from you per day. You can do your amounts per day, you can do it per hour. It's based on how you choose to run your own business, you know. So you rent machines to them, you rent lots of things. You can even do a irrigation company, you know, where you go and set up irrigation for farmers, you know, home farm. Just like at my compound here, my dad's compound, we have irrigation. It was set up by his friend, you know. He did this, Pastor Makinde, he did the irrigation for us. It's also at his farm, you understand. So you can choose to invest, you can be a consultant for people to do irrigation on their farmlands, whether it's their family house, whether it's an actual farm of a large number of acres of land, of plots, where they want to do the irrigation. You understand? You can decide to sell all these things. Technology also is important. You know, people have been saying people of my generation are not embracing farming, people of my generation are this, are that. Well, while it might be true, but there are lots of challenges to that. You know, my generation is technology friendly. You understand? And when there's no technology, on most farmlands now, there is no network. How do you expect us to survive in a place where there is no network? It won't work. You understand? But there are technologies now that you don't even need to be on the farmland. You can just be at a office. There are things that are being installed on the farmland that lets you know, okay, this land is fertile, the plants on this area of the farm is doing well, the plants of this area of the land, they are not doing well, there is a disease, there is this and that. You know, there is CCTV now. There is, when I was at LCCI last 2 weeks, there was a company that was advertising and exhibiting something like, it's a poll basically that reads in radius and tells you how much of water is needed, if the water is too much for the plant, if the water is too small for the plant, if you need to fertilize that land, if there's too much pests on that land. The technology tells you that there is this and you need to do this. You know, these are things you can equip with people of our generation to use. You know, so as someone who is willing to invest, you can invest in technology. You understand? You can invest also in processing. You understand? Flour. You can invest in cassava flour. You can invest in gari, in the processing of gari. You can invest in the processing of chocolate. You can invest in the processing of milk. You understand? Even meat also. You know, rabbit farmers, pig, chicken farmers, they can bring their markets to you, and your own is just to process and package it and sell out. You can invest in something like that. Invest with someone who is a processor. Just like I, for instance, very soon I would start processing and marketing honey. But I am not producing honey. I'm not going into the bushes to check for the beehives to harvest honey from them. I won't be doing that, but I'm going to be processing and selling out. That is another aspect of agriculture. Not all farmers, or not all everything about farming is producing and producing. You can as well be a logistics company. You can just be a logistics company if you want to export farm produce or import farm produce. You can also move farm produce from the farmland to the general markets. That works. You can invest in the logistics, buy lorries and the likes. Those are things that you can of course invest in. But still, the number one rule of investment is still invest what you can afford to lose and do your investigation. That is very, very, very important. Thank you for watching the video this far. Once again, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do that. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.